support yourself louder. If they don't support you, support yourself louder. Clap for yourself until the crowd joins in. Clap for yourself until the crowd joins in, Jay.
And you know, one thing, or one of the hardest things in life is starting something new and realizing that the loudest applause you expected simply isn't there. No cheers, no validation, sometimes not even encouragement.
And that can feel discouraging because naturally we all hope that the people around us will immediately understand our dreams and support our journey.
But the truth is, many great journeys begin quietly. At the beginning, the room can be very silent, not because the vision isn't powerful, but because not everyone can see it yet.
And that is where self-belief becomes important. Sometimes you have to be the first person to believe in your own idea, the first person to recognize your efforts, and the first person to celebrate your progress.
So this morning the quote is saying, if they don't support you, support yourself louder. That means encouraging yourself, acknowledging your own growth, and reminding yourself why you started in the first place.
Think about someone rehearsing endlessly before a big performance, or someone developing a project that very few people understand at the beginning. The early stages are often lonely.
But the interesting thing about consistency is that when you keep showing up, improving, and believing in what you're building, eventually the room that was once quiet begins to notice.
That is why the message continues. Clap for yourself until the crowd joins in, because confidence has a way of becoming contagious.
And when people see someone who truly believes in what they are doing, it sparks curiosity and eventually support.
So, if you are watching today and it feels like your effort is going unnoticed, don't let silence discourage you.
And we're saying use it as a motivation to push even harder, grow even stronger, and celebrate every small win along the way.
Because sometimes the loudest applause you ever receive begins with the one you give yourself.
And before long, others will start clapping too. So that's our motivation for you this morning. Sometimes it might be very blurry. I've always been saying that it gets really overwhelming, very tough. You have a vision, you have a plan, you have something on your drawing board, and it doesn't make sense. And I think I wouldn't want to go far. Let's even talk about our fashion designers. Let's talk about our stylists. Someone like the Vicky James, the Prudence, you know, the Kofi Akutus and all that. When you move into the sketchboard, trying to put a piece together, it looks very scattered. And you go like, okay, what is this? What are they trying to do? What is Vicky trying to put out, you know, on the drawing board? What outfit or what clothes that she's trying to put out there? It doesn't make sense until she starts putting in the thread, until she starts, you know, the beading work, until she starts the cutting. That is where someone sits behind and go, oh, okay, all this while, this is what she wanted to put out there. And at the end of the day, it makes sense. Now let's go back to our blacksmith, you know, trying to bring gold out there. We see the process it passed through. Sometimes it goes like, hey, now the way can it be possible? But at the end of the day, we get all the gold ornaments, you know, on ourselves just because that blacksmith never gave up. That gold passing through the process didn't give up, but eventually turned out to be something very beautiful. So to you watching us this morning, it might seem impossible. You're not getting the encouragement. People are not supporting you. They are not throwing their weight behind you. You know what you want to achieve at the end of the day. Keep going with motivation, with hard work and consistency. Definitely we would be able to attain success. Yeah,
I love your submission. You know, it feels very beautiful, and it is nice to know that whatever that you're doing, you've got people supporting you, rallying behind your back, holding you down. It's very beautiful, and so it gives you that energy, a source of motivation and inspiration. You wake up every single day and you want to show up because you've got tons of people waiting to cheer you on and support you. But unfortunately, for some of us, we don't have this support. And so often we wait for that perfect moment before we start something. But we're here to debunk that. We're saying that even when the world is not ready to cheer you on, be that person to support yourself, to cheer yourself on until eventually the world joins you. The last time we're talking about Hammer Match, right? And I asked you a question that this culture ambassador for shea butter, is it something already there, or it is because of her that we've created this new role? And you were giving me the background story that when she started her haven at Osu, people were criticizing, no one supported her, barely did she get support. but then she saw herself as the biggest supporter ever. She continued, and then now her haven is one of the best when it comes to massaging.
Everybody's talking about
Everybody wants to go to Hammer Mat and get a feel of the Kroya. I'll take JK there very soon. His birthday is in June, and so yes, I'm saving for that. So support yourself even when the world is not supporting you. Eventually they are going to support you, but until then it is your responsibility to ensure that you show up every single day. Every single day. I know you can attest to this, because you've been in moments where you were alone, but then the moment is like speaking volume for you. People were coming in voluntarily to help you, to support you, to put you on, and all of that. It starts very little, but eventually we are going together. So be your biggest supporter before the world cheers you on. Away from our motivation, let's do our global observances. Now today's global observances are quite the trio. One celebrates confidence, another celebrates justice and representation, and the last one celebrates a certain mustached video game icon many of us grew up with. Jay, what is our first motivation?
So we're saying, whether you're feeling inspirational, intellectual, or nostalgic today, March 10th has something for everyone. Let's start with a day that basically gives everyone a permission to pat themselves on the back. That is International Day of Awesomeness.
International Day of Awesomeness. International Day of Awesomeness is celebrated every year on March 10, and the whole idea is beautifully simple. Everyone is awesome in their own way.
Yes, the day encourages people to let go of their insecurities and recognize the qualities that make them special. Because while no one is perfect, everyone has something amazing about them.
Now, the word awesomeness itself refers to a remarkable quality in someone's personality, something impressive, inspiring, or slightly intimidating in a good way.
Which explains why the word is used so much these days. But the actual celebration started fairly recently. International Day of Awesomeness was first observed in the year 2008, thanks to a man named Kevin Hoover.
And interestingly, the idea came about while Lover was working with an intern called Freddie, who jokingly said that Lover's awesomeness deserved to be celebrated.
So what did they do? They announced the idea on Twitter, and just like that, the celebration started gaining traction online.
Later on, Dan Lurie also helped polish the idea in a catchy slogan, because everyone needs an excuse to be awesome.
And Laura's daughter later added an even more inspirational line to the perfect sum. The spirit of the day, it says, no one's perfect, but everyone can be awesome.
Now, the date itself, March 10, wasn't random. It was chosen because it is the birthday of a man famous for being, well, unbelievably awesome. That is Chuck Norris.
Which means if you've ever heard the legendary Chuck Norris jokes, today is basically his unofficial international holiday.
The way to celebrate this day is pretty straightforward. You can do something awesome, anything from cooking a great meal to traveling somewhere new.
Or even something daring, like trying an activity you've always been afraid of. The idea is to be bold and fearless.
Another way to celebrate is to spread a message of awesomeness, reminding people around you how wonderful they are.
Because positivity is contagious. And speaking of awesome people, research and observation suggest that they share a few interesting traits.
For example, people with great smiles are often perceived as awesome.
They also tend to stay calm, rarely letting anger get the better of them.
They usually have general knowledge about many things, meaning they know a little bit about everything.
And also they are active and energetic, which makes them naturally inspiring.
And perhaps most importantly, they are good listeners, people who listen carefully and guide others.
Which explains why this day is so loved. It helps people feel good about themselves, encourages them to pursue goals they may have postponed for years, and builds confidence.
So Jay, I say you are awesome. You know, I've been telling you that you are awesome.
You're awesome too. I
Thank
think
you.
Yeah, is a right way of celebrating. And I think awesome has become a very common word, you know, on our lips. So I thank each and every time we want to talk to people. Oh, it's been an awesome day. I think you're awesome. How are you doing? I'm awesome. You know, we literally, you know, imply them in all our conversations.
Right.
So So that wherever you are, you're thinking, oh, okay, I'm not perfect, I don't fit that role, I can do this and all that. Hey, we want you to know this morning that you are awesome.
So what's that one thing you've been afraid to try all these years? Today being an awesome day. We're challenging and daring ourselves to try these new things. So share with me something that you've been scared to do all your life.
Scared. This is there are a lot of them. This is going to be difficult to figure out, Nana.
Right.
Yeah, it will be very difficult actually try to single out something. Why is everybody dead silent?
Because we want to know. We want to know.
Hey, this will be difficult to tell. I won't lie about it.
Really?
I've not really wrapped my head around anything here. But it's owning something. I think it's personal. Yeah,
right,
but it would eventually happen.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know about you.
Swimming, driving.
Girl.
I'm aquaphobic.
Really? Oh, man. You should start, with swimming, it starts with a gradual process, right? Not necessarily you jumping into the pool or the water you find yourself in. You start with your legs. Now you start dipping your body in there, walk on the lanes, it comes in the process. So I have a friend who actually taught me how to swim, back then. So we started with me playing around the whole thing. Now I jump into the water, and there's a point where you need to learn how to control your breath when you find yourself in the water. So you go in there, hold your nose, for some time, maybe count like 20 seconds, bounce back again. Now you start doing the leg moving your arms and everything, how to float in there too. So it's nothing complicated.
The last time I went to the poolside, I shared the pool with kids. I was, there's levels, right? Like 1 feet, and 1 feet.
Through 6.
Yeah, I was.
And you thought you were doing something all over.
Of course, I was swimming.
Really joke.
I was Nemo. Nemo the cartoon series. That was Nemo.
Yeah.
But I've been scared all my life to swim. I've been scared all my life to drive as well.
Yeah.
I just don't know what's holding me
back. It's going to happen eventually. You just need to break away from the fear. I remember my mom learning how to drive. She actually literally hit the thing on our main gate. And I think it was...
She learned it from the house.
Yes, okay. It was disastrous and all that. We have people who are scared of, blood coming out and everything. So the least thing they're trying to, risk it. They don't want to see blood come out and everything. But, yeah, just push yourself. Just do it.
I feel like it takes a lot to drive. It takes a lot to be on the road. And we've been seeing crazy stories and crazy things that happen. Even yesterday, I saw one. So it scares me, but let's see. Maybe I can take the bull by its horn.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We have to break barriers.
All right. So moving away from our first observation, we're talking about being awesome. Now we're going into the judicial space, right? And it's quite interesting. Yesterday we were talking about our first Chief Justice.
Right.
That's Georgina Wood. These women, or when we move into the legal space, we're seeing women take up roles, and it's very, very important we celebrate them today. So it says International Day of Women Judges. So today is also International Day of Women Judges, observed every March 10th to promote the equal and full participation of women in the judiciary.
Do you know this day began way back in the Bible?
Yeah.
Thanks to my Sarah's teacher, I learned that Deborah was a judge, and she did her job perfectly. And today we are celebrating women who are judges as well. Now, because when women are presented in court, the judiciary reflects society more accurately and becomes more responsive to the concerns of the people it serves.
So women judges also strengthen the credibility of court, sending a powerful message that justice systems are open and accessible to everyone.
Historically, however, women have been underrepresented in judicial leadership.
For many years, they were wrongly considered inferior and were denied equal opportunities in decision-making roles.
But change has been happening. The idea for this International Day came from the UNODC Global Judicial Integrity Network's second high-level meeting in Doha.
So at the meeting, President Vanessa Ruiz and the Chief Justice of Qatar proposed creating a day to celebrate the contribution of women judges.
And Her Excellency Aya Ahmed S.Al Thani, Qatar's permanent representative to the United Nations, led the negotiations that helped establish the day.
The goal is clear. When men and women sit on the bench together, The judiciary gains diverse perspective and experiences, improving the quality and fairness of decisions.
This diversity also boosts public confidence in the court's ability to defend human rights and the rule of law.
And another benefit or interesting benefit is that female leadership can help break collusion network, making it easier to combat corruption.
Now, progress is happening. In 2017, women made up to 40% of the judicial bench, up from 35 in 2008.
Yet, challenges remain. In many European countries, women actually outnumber men as professional judges, but they make up only 41% of judges in national Supreme Court and just 25% of court presidents.
Globally, inequality still exists in other areas too. Women produce between 50% and 80% of the world's food, yet they own less than 10% of the land.
And women make up 70% of the world's 1.3 billion poorest people, while also leading 40% of the poorest urban households.
Calls for equality are not new. Back in 1946, Eleanor Roosevelt wrote an open letter encouraging women everywhere to take part in politics and leadership.
So today, people can observe the day by speaking up for gender equality, supporting women's empowerment initiative, and advocating for women whose rights are still denied.
For instance, organizations can create internship opportunities specifically for women to strengthen female leadership pipelines.
And if you see gender bias, discrimination, or stereotyping, today is a reminder to actively challenge it.
Because according to the Global Gender Gap Report 2021, achieving full gender equality worldwide could take 135.6 years at the current pace.
Which is exactly why empowering women in the judiciary is such an important step forward.
You know, right here on the show, we are always singing this song where we want to empower people and challenge people to help us create a world where we have, you know, equality on the radar, where people are allowing women also penetrate areas that are male dominated. And I always commend you for always being the voice for the women. You are always empowering us to do more. Personally, it's always empowering me to do more. Days where I'm tired and overwhelmed, it's always encouraging me. We need to have these conversations. It is way beyond celebrating women in the judicial system, but a call for equality as well, a call for allowing women equal rights and opportunities that men enjoy in our world as well. And we've given you the stats as well that when you allow women in our judicial system, it helps combat corruption. Matthias, corrupt Sal.
Sure. Making sure food is going to come home, you know, not being corrupt, but you know, they maneuver their way around and everything. And we can go on and on and on and on and talk about leaders or women who are actually, you know, taking up these roles, or people who want to find themselves in the judiciary space. And we're talking about we not being biased. It should be equal, because when men and women sit on the same bench within the judicial space, yes, definitely corruption is going to be fought in there. So today we're celebrating women across, people who've taken up bold roles. You know, it takes a lot. I know sometimes there's going to be that sort of fight thing. You might be fighting. You might be thinking, okay, there's a male-dominated space. When I go there, when I talk, are they going to listen to me? Yes. Today, or as somewhere, no, last year, or was it this year, we had people called to the bar? Last year. Yes, and even I think earlier February too, we saw another session, you know, moving into the, you know, law space, and now it's more like a woman-dominated space, and I'm very excited about it. We want to see women in that space as well, you know, talking law and making it happen for each and everyone. So today, celebrate women across with justice. We've seen you know, people coming in. Was it Justice Gertrude?
Okay.
Yeah, you know, the one who was who had her own, you know, politics.
As well.
The woman politics actually moves into everything and messes the whole thing up. But she's been able to make her name. That's the most important thing. We're going to talk about our very own Georgina Wooden there. You know, she's added up to the conversation. Now let's really move into Parliament and talk about our Speaker. You know, it's more like you having a hearing, like ruling, you know, making it happy for yourself. And everybody out there, everybody who finds himself, you know, in the law space and the judiciary service, we salute you this morning to our women here.
You know, one thing that helped the NDC government in 2024 during their campaign season was the topic of, you know, empowering and allow women into administration.
Yeah.
So we had NGOs speaking for the motion and saying that we need to vote for the party that is going to allow women, you know, dominate more, especially having, you know, his running mates as a woman. It made it so beautiful. Personally, I was touched. I don't exercise my franchise when it comes to voting, but if I had made a decision to vote, I would have eventually done that, because I just love the fact that we're allowing women into these, you know, sensitive and fragile spaces, believing that yes, women can actually do this. I like it when people trust women to do these things, and every single day we're giving you evidence and giving reasons why we want more room in our world. Lots of lawyers, you know, lots of judges, but then how many are called to even serve the government?
True.
So this conversation is very, very important. We need to have these conversations, and let's get to a world where women are receiving and being empowered to have roles that men are also currently enjoying as well. So on to our last observance. Did you ever play Mario?
No.
Never.
I don't think it was a game per se.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay. Okay. Now let's move from courtrooms to consoles, because today also celebrates one of the most iconic characters in video game history, Mario Day.
Yes, Mario Day is celebrated every March 10th because when written as Martin, it looks like the name Mario.
Mario was created by Japanese video game designer, that is Shigeru Miyamoto, the same creative mind behind the legend of Zelda, Donkey Kong and Star Fox.
The character actually first appeared in 1981 in the game Donkey Kong.
But the franchise exploded in popularity after Super Mario Bros. Was released by Nintendo in 1985.
Since then, Mario has appeared in around 255 different games, making the franchise one of the best-selling video game series of all time, with more than 600 million copies sold. The
first Super Mario Bros. Game alone sold 40.24 million copies.
And Mario even holds 5 Guinness World Records.
Interestingly, Mario wasn't always a plumber. He was originally designed as a carpenter, but the character was changed because the game environment had loads of pipes.
So another fun fact, the villain browser was originally sketched as an ox, but animator Yoichi Kotabe interpreted the drawing as a giant turtle, and the design stayed.
And the character, that is Chin Chomp, was inspired by neighborhood dog that Miyamoto was afraid of when he was young.
So over the years, Mario has also had about 12 different occupations.
The series has also pushed gaming boundaries. For example, Super Mario Bros. 2 featured one of the earliest playable female characters, Princess Peach.
Even the music is iconic. The Super Mario Bros. Theme song has been performed live by orchestras like the Columbus Symphony Orchestra and during concerts such as Play Chicago.
Although the 1993 film Super Mario Bros. Didn't perform well at the box office, it remains a nostalgic and campy favorite among fans.
And the games themselves aren't just entertaining, they can actually benefit the brain. A study from the Max Planck Institute found that playing Super Mario 64 improves memory, spatial orientation, strategic planning, and fine motor skills.
Which explains why the Mario franchise has been bringing people together since the 1980s.
Today, fans celebrate by dressing up as characters like Mario. We have the Luigi, Princess Peach, Donkey Kong, Browser Daisy, we have Rosalina, Boo, and also Waluigi, or even a Super Mushroom.
Others host Mario theme parties complete with themed snacks and decorations.
And of course, so the simplest way to celebrate is to play Mario games with friends, family, whether it's Mario Kart, Super Smash Bros, a puzzle game, sport game, or classic NES titles.
You can even challenge friends online using games like Mario Kart Tour, which added multiplayer so people can race each other directly from their phones.
So today really is a unique mix of observance, celebrating personal awesomeness, women shaping justice, and a gaming legend who has entertained generations.
Confidence, equality, and a little nostalgia. That's a quite a powerful combination for a Tuesday morning.
So we're telling you to go out there, be awesome, support women leadership, and maybe challenge someone to Mario Kart race later.
And just don't blame us if you lose on Rainbow Road.
So that's our Global Observance today on Sunup.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. But since you've never been a game person, I'm sure you've played one or two. What is your favorite game?
I wouldn't remember the name, but I remember, was it a car, more like a car race thing?
Oh.
And you know, when you're playing, you're supposed to be swerving here and there. And sometimes you have the track, you know, coming at you, and you need to, you know, position yourself very well. But I was never going to go away with Snake.
Oh my gosh, John is laughing.
Yeah, it was
very annoying.
Very annoying.
You know when they get you like the big one, that like the big one to
So you need to
swallow, but then it's so slow, and then it runs faster, and you have to, and you get it, and it's gone. It's elapsed.
But you know, I don't. My dad wasn't like a TV game thing. I remember I saw my, you know, my cousins, you know, try to play that TV game and everything. But me, I was more exposed to, you know, the bricks thing that we fix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and sometimes I could actually, you know, it comes in colors, right? I don't want you to hear this a lot from me. I could actually make it feel like an auditorium where I position people. It's like there's a pulpit and one person is talking, which I thought was me talking to the public.
Okay.
Do you get it? It was just funny trying to reminisce on all these things. I don't know if that's why I find myself here today talking to people.
Perhaps.
I always wanted to, you know, fix people talking here and there. There's an event, you know, I'm arranging people here and there. I don't think I ever built with a thing. I was actually fixing them as, you know, audience,
yeah, listening
with people.
To you.
Yeah,
That's
quite interesting. Bringing out, say, I got exposed to.
Well, for me, I think it's just Subway. Is it Surface? I grew up playing that game like crazy. I'm really good. And I think there was Temple Run at that time too.
Yeah.
I think I've played Temple Run too. I'm not much of a game person. I did try to play the FIFA thing. I think it was PS3.
Yeah.
That did not go so well. The person got tired and gave up on me. So yes, I think maybe I'd want to visit the drawing board again and learn some things about it. But yeah, you know, game is a way of also like challenging our minds to be smart. The puzzle games especially, you know, there are games that when you play, like your IQ is sharpened. It helps you because you have to think for a while. Even Candy Crush.
Oh yeah.
When you get to deeper levels and you're not very critical with your thinking,
you want to be able
just be there like, how am I even going to survive? You know, so games are good games. Good games are very good.
Because I know lately with my nephews and nieces and all that, you know, they own tablets, and trust you me, the games they're playing, I can play.
You can play.
And I think there's one Adila is always playing. Is like there's a kitchen, she has to fix meals and stuff like that. Someone walks in.
Oh so yeah, it's like a restaurant.
A restaurant thing, and she's so smart about it. When you're talking to her, she's so fixated on the whole thing, and she's talking to you. She does every single. So if the Wi-Fi is disconnected, she knows. Like, I need Wi-Fi. I need to do this, and it makes the kids very smart. Their way of thinking, the things they say, the kind of conversations they have. So I think is doing more good than harm. Right. And there should actually be a balance around it, because I remember talking to, you know, this expert some years back, and we're talking about the kind of games we need to download for the kids, and parents think, okay, so then they hand over their phones to the kids, and they are going to be glued to the game from morning through to evening. There should be a time frame. There should be a screenplay time where it goes off eventually. Okay, you need to move back to your homework, you need to read, you need to go to bed, and all that. So yes, it's doing as good, but there should be a balance around this whole conversation. Yeah.
So I think that'll be all this morning for our motivation and global observances. But before we get into the sports segment, anything like you've seen that caught attention you want to share with us?
So I think yesterday we had almost 150 people being, you know, naturalized, let me put it that way, with this whole diaspora conversation. I like the fact that, you know, KOD is doing amazing when it comes to, you know, the diaspora conversation. He's still adding up to the whole thing, which makes it very beautiful. So yesterday we saw our interior minister there. We saw our our vice president, Madam Jane, also in there. We saw a lot of people coming together and finally swearing these people in.
To be Ghanaians.
Yeah, to be Ghanaians. Although we have their descendants, coming in now, they've been able to trace and they're adding up to the conversation. It's not just we swearing them in, but they are part of the conversation. They need to put Ghana out there. They need to, ensure that they are adding up to the conversation when we talk about Africa, when we talk about Ghana, trying to project these things. When they go back into their space, they're still ambassadors. So I'm just excited about this whole thing that happened. So as you can see on screens, some of them in the African print, in the Batakari and Caps, they happened at the conference center, and we saw Guineans coming right there supporting these people there. So it's just beautiful thing today. I don't know what you think about this whole swearing in and people being naturalized as Guineans.
This is good. I love it. I love it. It's a way of projecting the nation out there more as well. Now, when they're having conversations, they know what to say about Ghana as well. This is very good. When I saw the video yesterday, I was very impressed. Like, I was really happy. I like how this ministry of our culture and tourism is so active. Like, almost every conversation we have here, we're going to have like Honorable Abla Jifagomashi and her people in the conversation, and even with the Foreign Affairs Minister as well. So this is very good. Like, I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, great. So this is the way to go, and I hope the conversation isn't going to end there. Yesterday we're having a conversation with Reggie, and I mentioned that anytime we're talking about culture, it has to do with sit match. It has to do with something that we're trying to reminisce of. Match something Ghana before we join the conversation. But I think the narrative has changed, because this is somewhere last year. We're still talking about, diaspora. We're still talking about culture, and it's been in the conversation for a very long time. Now we're told to wear fugu
on Wednesday.
Yeah, and I hope it's going to, spread out to all the traditions or the other cultures as well. Yes, we've seen Kente, we've seen the Adua. You move into governmental spaces or you move into occasions, and you're welcomed by the Kiti. Let's change the narrative.
Oh, in Tamale, it changed.
It changed.
You should see, like, their dance is so nice and beautiful. It's so energetic. If you've not eaten like 10 bowls of banku, I doubt you can
give that kind of energy. So let's try changing the narrative and fusing culture in every single thing that we're doing here.
So honestly, I find this concerning. I don't know why wherever, a Samuel Grant's interview for people, they are always asking him about the 2010 incident with, Uruguay, which is fine, but why is he always commenting? How do we heal? Because he's in the conversation again. Now he's saying that he doesn't hold grudges against Luis Suarez. In the first place, you don't even have to, because this is someone that is preventing you from winning, because we all want the semi-final spot. So you don't fault him. At that point, he was being a defender and was trying to prevent you. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And then now you're saying that you even had a voice telling you not to take. I don't know why till now Ghanaians are still like interviewing him and asking him about the 2010 incident.
He should shut it. Sorry for my sharp word this morning, but there's no need in visiting that. Why should we ask such questions? Because the moment we talk about that penalty being lost, it's all about pain, it's all about regrets. And at a point in time, I think he said in a statement that he nearly ended his football career just because of the disappointment. But now we pick ourselves up. Are you the only player who's missed out on a penalty on a crucial match? On a crucial match that was going to put Ghana out there? No. We've seen other players miss out penalties, and it's not that way. At this point in time, we are talking about the World Cup. We're talking about prepping ourselves, prepping our Black Star players to actually get the energy. So bringing all these memories back again, putting in some sort of regrets here and there, doesn't do any good. Are we thinking about Asamoah Gyan's mental health? Because I think he's not healed from that thing till now. Anytime he's talking about football, yes, he's very passionate about it, but you could see some sort of regret in there. And music at a point in time became an escape for him, which I understand.
But no, he's got an amazing voice.
Yes,
it wasn't an escape. I think that Samuel Gyan, he's got great vocals.
It was amazing. It was an escape for him. It's just unfortunate that Castro is not in the conversation again.
It was never an escape.
Himself, D Black, and Castro. I don't know the duo they were trying to, set up there. But Samuel Gyan, we still love you.
We still love
you.
You've
paid your dues for the Black Stars, and keep away from that conversation.
Right.
Journalists, the media people should respect that space.
No, it's not. you know, journalists are always going to poke
we want something that's going to give the feed.
So it's up to you, because if I ask you that question and then you tell me like I don't want to comment, that is it. Because we're talking about this at this point, it's getting overwhelming. But Jay, let's talk about the Ghanaian fans and our approach to losses. I think it's very bad. The moment we miss a goal opportunity, we miss penalty, or I know that sometimes you need to boo them to let them know that we love you, so do good for us. But I think Ghanaians at this point, because once upon a time, Kudus was hailed, Kudus was praised, Kudus was loved until the 2025 AFCON qualifiers. After that, you know, performance, and then people were insulting him. Dede and his brother, they suffered the same fate. Like, and I know that Semenyo is likely to receive his share of the salary. I'm not joking about it. No, what I'm trying to say is that
I get it.
There's a debate that when Semenyo comes to Ghana, he doesn't give that energy he gives to you know, the EPL. And so people have been saying it. And I told you that if Semenyo should excel when it comes to World Cup, it is not only about Semenyo as a forward, but it's a collective effort. But then Ghanaians don't see that. Ghanaians can say things and then it hurts the soul. So then you don't blame parents when they refuse to allow their wards play for Ghana, because it's so bad.
Now let's even go back into time and talk about our upbringing, right? It's always been a single thing. Your parents are going to tell you, and I'm in Kwao, and I know Brenda Mitino, Miaweni, now Kwao say. So we're always working, or we have it at the back of our minds that single-handed we can actually do it. But together we stand, divided we fall. Do you get the whole thing? It takes a collective effort to actually make the Black Star get where they want to get to. And then what is actually pissing me off within this whole era has to do with old players joining in the conversation. Everybody is saying whatever they want to say. John Pencil is going to come say, I think, was it recently we had Lykinson also adding up to the conversation. It's like everybody wants to say something. Can we let the Black Stars be? At this point in time, it's all about positivity. Let's give them the encouragement, the energy, all the good things that they need to hear. We should, although we need to hit it right to get it done right. But please and please again, we've seen you do your thing. We've seen you adding up to the whole Black Stars conversation, but enough of the negativity. People have the nerve coming online to tell us that we don't think we can see. What did the other time this man, he came in saying something that we shouldn't give that high hopes to the Black Stars.
Right, Georgia
Free. And I was so disappointed. Why this at this point in time? Me personally, I would say some of these men are pained because they've not been called to be a part, or they've not been placed or positioned in the committee.
Has served as a chairman for the Black Stars Management Committee, and even the vice president for the Ghana Football Association.
But they should relax. You know, words are very piercing.
Right.
Men are trying to put themselves together. This time around, I know they've set a lot of committee. There's, how do you call it? A lot of divisions in there. People who are taking care of the mental health of these players and all that. It's very, very important that we need them stable to represent Ghana come World Cup. So enough of the negative comments all over social media. We don't need that energy at this point in time. And again to the Ayew brothers. It's not that I hate them. No, I can't. The word hate is too much for me. But let's give space, or let's give room to people who didn't fit to represent the Black Stars.
Enough of the
did I even say audition?
This is not an audition. This is,
I'm closing my eyes to say all this thing,
no,
right?
This is not an audition. This is selection from the head coach and his technical team.
When I told that the Black Stars is influenced by some people, now you get it, right?
No, I don't get it.
You should get it.
No, it's not an audition.
See, the moment the the Ayew brothers start talking, start making appearances on TV, that it means they are up to something. Find the amazing players. The other time I told you that, do you think Dede Ayew knows the in and out of the Black Stars as it stands now? We have new set of players being introduced. We have new talents coming in. Do they understand the style of playing? So
you think Dede Ayew is not going to survive in the midst of these new players?
It's like we talking about Asamoah Gyan. Oh yeah, we're about my Black Stars. Let's not take the Black Stars for joke. I'm telling you that the Black Stars as it stands now has been influenced by some powerful hands, some powerful men. That is why the Ayu brothers are finding their way easily into the Black Stars again. Don't laugh. I don't know why you guys are trying to make a big, like a fuss about this whole thing.
Who are trying to make a fuss?
At this point, you are part of the agenda.
No,
you want these guys to pay.
All I'm saying is, once you are eligible,
you can be eligible.
Once you are eligible,
and, you're not supposed to be there. Let's just get it. I hate it when I hate it when our sporting world is being politicized. Okay. I hate it so bad. And it's happening. Mama, see, it doesn't reflect too, but people are doing a lot. It's like now we have the list of Black Star players. I tell you, we know the players going to represent.
I don't know.
No, I'm saying it's already there. The Care to Krekus and everything.
We don't know.
But let me tell you, see, let me fix my cap wall and say it as it is. Whoever is going to come for me should come for me. We know the guys who are going to represent the Black Stars.
Okay.
But at this point in time, the list is with the man. You know the man I'm talking about.
I have no idea.
Good. It's with him. He's looking at it carefully, and it's being rated in a way that you know the man I'm talking about.
I have no idea.
Yes, the guy is their father. The list is with him, so it has to pass through him before they actually.
I just want to comment on the fans. Please, this year, let's do something different.
With the fans
we still
that are coming in?
We still have some Ghanaians that whenever Black Stars are playing, even here in our home, they are just doing hate watch. I don't want to mention his name, but he knows.
No, we should be bold. Oh, see,
Tino doesn't support the Black Stars. Tino doesn't support the Black Stars.
Why doesn't he support the Black Stars?
I just don't know. He's like, when it comes to Black Stars, they are going to break your heart. I said, no.
That one day we know.
That mentality should be washed away.
We know.
You know with our fixtures.
What do they do?
With our fixtures. Okay. You know with our fixtures coming up for the World Cup against Croatia, Panama, and England. We have some Ghanaians that are going to stake the bet against Ghana.
Yeah, definitely. Because
so this mentality, what is it going to help? It's not going to help our players.
People are saying that these teams are very strong. Looking at the players, there and everything. Yeah, I've always said football comes to luck. That's the whole thing. What then you see that who would have thought our queens, will be giving goals like that?
Nanya Kabasa winning La Liga last season, so it's
hey girl, get back. At this point in time, this conversation is getting interesting. That camera personnel even want to talk out.
No, you said football.
Why do you hate Barca at this point in time?
It will surprise you.
Get Barca out of your mouth. It will surprise you and focus on Real Madrid.
I am just gutted. I'm gutted because I just feel like this season, I don't know what Laporta is doing, but with this particular season, it looks like everything is working in favor of FC Barcelona, from Champions League fixtures to literally everything. Everything. Okay. Today they play against Newcastle. They suffered losses twice in a row. They didn't tell me why the same draw, and then Real Madrid is going to clash with Manchester City. Everything agenda.
But there's no agenda. See, if it's meant to happen, it's going to happen. What are you scared of Man City at this point in time? No. It looks like you guys are scared of Man City.
I'm not scared, but then there's a gap. There's a gap in the team right now. No, there's like even today, Rodrigo is going to undergo surgery for the ACL injury. Besides that, Kylian Mbappe is out.
No, you're making excuses. We don't want to. This is an excuse you're trying to make, guy. If Real Madrid is going to live up to expectation without Kylian Mbappe, without the guys you mentioned their name, they should still be able to prove themselves.
FC Barcelona played against.
Your voice is subtle at this point in time. Trying to prove your point.
FC Barcelona played against Atletico Madrid. Let's say like 3 weeks ago. Jay, listen to me. 3 weeks ago, right?
That's not an excuse.
I want to tell you how important some players are in the game.
And they're not available.
They played against so Barcelona played against Atletico Madrid, right? And then they did not have Rafinha, Pedri, and Rashford. It was 4-0, and then the return leg was like a week ago.
I don't want to use some word, right?
They had the 3 of them in.
At this point in time,
they did
you're acting like Vichys. When she's trying to be manipulative, trying to get my head in there. We don't have Kylian Mbappe. You need a win. That is it. At this point, you're scared of Man City so bad.
Back to the Black Stars conversation. All I'm saying is that Ghana Black Stars supporters, enough of the negativity. Do you
know something? This conversation is getting interesting. we were talking about Black Stars, and all of a sudden Barcelona came in. All of a sudden Real Madrid came into the conversation. It's like, no, girl needs to prove a point and swerve and make excuses for Real Madrid because you're scared of Manchester City.
Let me say this for free. If FC Barcelona,
oh my God!
Jay, let me say this for free, right? And then right after this, I won't comment on Barcelona again.
What is your problem? What
should FC Barcelona fail to reach the finals of this season's Champions League? They will be the most unserious, useless club.
Is it a message? What is your problem?
Exist.
Girl, relax.
Let me tell you their potential teams.
Girl, you love Barca. At this point in time, you're forcing me to join Barca because it's like the way you crucified them. What's Obama saying them? No man, on what day? It's all Barca.
But I told you, once upon a time, I was a lover of FC Barcelona. During that time,
then it's turned into bitterness. Like
Puyol, Xavi,
this is the river of
Iniesta,
Mara. We find ourselves on the river of Mara.
Oh, there's some bitterness I have Mara at this point when it comes to FC Barcelona and Mara.
Wow.
Like there's this bitterness. I feel like there's an agenda working, and it's so annoying. Like,
you think the agenda is actually working in favor of Barca?
Yes, I believe like some people, right, have come to an agreement that enough with Real Madrid winning Champions League. Let's do something different, because we've got 15 of it, and Barca, they've got 5. And the last time they won one, I wasn't even in junior high, so you can imagine.
So are you trying to say someone hates Real Madrid at this point?
Everything is working against us.
Oh no, girl, no.
From red cards to disallowed goals to certain
at this point, I don't know how you're watching or following the EPL. When it comes to that, because maybe you're watching it from a different lens and you're judging wrongly.
I'm not judging wrongly. I'm not judging wrongly.
You are
but I just said it.
Boy.
If Barca, even
you need deliverance.
Even their fans, right?
You need
even
a crusade.
Their fans,
Real Madrid needs crusade.
I made a post on social media, and even their fans came to comment that yes, if this season we fail to reach the finals, we'll be the most unserious club because everything is good.
Never. You need deliverance. The whole team, with the anointing oil.
So this season, this season, right? We're going to have the finals in Budapest, right? And then there's 2 brackets, right? To give you the roadmap to the finals of the Champions League. Now, one bracket, right? We have PSG, we have Chelsea, we have Liverpool, we have Man City, we have Bayern Munich, we have Real Madrid, and Atalanta, one side, and on the other side, we've got FC Barcelona.
Why are you being emotional at this point in time?
We've got Arsenal.
Okay.
We've got Leverkusen.
Yeah.
I think we've got Atletico Madrid, Tottenham Hotspur. Now, don't get me wrong. That bracket, the only team, if we're using Champions League to make our argument, the only team that has won champions from that side, or that has the experience when it comes to Champions League, is FC Barcelona. ATM, never in their life. Arsenal is an example of you can force the horse to riverside, but can never force it to drink water, because no matter what, Arsenal will never get a trophy. So
at this point in time, you're talking about the other side.
Even Arsene Wenger said this last year, that it was such a very cheap way of allowing Tottenham enter the Champions League because they won the Europa League, and that was the reason why they featured. Because last season, if you check their position, they didn't even qualify for Conference League, but because of their Europa League win, they got the ticket to Champions League. Newcastle, last year was the first time in 70 years they won the Carabao Cup, and this season on the EPL, and even with the same tournament that they are defending, their performance is so appalling. So let me really understand this, that why would you group, and then you look at my side, PSG right now is the defending champions for the Champions League, Chelsea is the world's biggest club because of the FIFA Club World Cup.
Thank you. We know that.
And you're playing PSG tomorrow. You and I know you're leaving the Champions League tomorrow.
No, we're scoring. Hold on and
Fair enough. Bayern Munich, they've got 6 of the Champions League, and right now they are reigning and dominating Germany with the Bundesliga and other, local domestic leagues. Who else do you want to talk about? Liverpool.
So with the two boards in there, you
also,
think it's orchestrated and
that is how
well arranged?
Like football critics are saying that.
No.
It's so good to be true.
No,
it's the same. It's the same. Really, at least if we have like maybe at least if like maybe like Liverpool or let's say Bayern also at that side, and then maybe two of those mediocre teams at that side.
So you're thinking that there's no balance in there?
There's no balance.
Girl, now you guys are overthinking at this point in time.
You see, when PSG
now at this point in time, the problem with Real Madrid is their key players not active. Is giving them that sort of fear that, hey man, we're not going to make it. So they're unleashing their anger on Barca, saying that if Barca doesn't win, it's a useless team. Blah. That's the agenda that you guys are trying to set.
You see how you're talking right now. After tomorrow, when we meet on Thursday, and PSG is done ousting you,
we are not ousting.
You will change your narrative.
No, hold on.
You will change your
We're
narrative.
not going to change any narrative.
Look at what a Division 2 team did to you on Sunday.
Oh man!
I've not been on goals. They've left the FA Cup.
What was the score? Was it
4-2 because they scored? They had own goals that helped you. It was
guys,
so,
relax.
Appalling performance.
Relax. You're talking about performance. Now, see, performance is very key when it comes to football, and you know it gives the players those visibility to get all the Ballon d'Or here and then all that. But at the end of the day, securing the win, you can play trash and still net the goals. At the end of the day, we need the scores to put out there. But yes, you know, technicality counts. Since she's a sports queen, they have, you know, a lot of things that they've been looking at details here and there. And their problem is Kylian Node.
When PSG
go on and on and on and on.
PSG outs Chelsea tomorrow, when we meet on the show on Thursday, his narrative is going to change, and I will be here.
Okay.
And I'm going to dare you. When you lose tomorrow, you are wearing the Chelsea jersey on Thursday.
Let me tell you something.
You wear the Chelsea. I will even wear and support you.
Let me tell you something.
You wear it.
The Lord is our strength.
We all pray to God, though.
The Red Sea we will cross.
I'm saying on Thursday, you wear the Chelsea shirt.
We will be here. I'm not arguing. I'm not saying anything. We leave everything to God because He's been our, you know, author and finisher of our faith, and we're going to come back here.
PSG.
That's all I can say at this point in time. I don't know how we're talking about Black Stars, but this whole conversation came in because she needs to justify herself and let the world know that
but
her
tomorrow,
team
I'm
is
not
weak.
watching our match tomorrow because I'm hosting a session. You remember when in the Bible the Israelites went to war, and then God told Moses to raise his son. The moment he drops it, they are conquered. The moment he raises, they start winning. That is what I'm doing for Madrid.
You need to fast and pray.
If we don't pray tomorrow, they might even spell Madrid.
So you know about it, girl. Okay, let's see how it turns out.
Our last match before tomorrow, we're outplayed. It was just luck that helped us, you know, with the last goal Valverde scored. You know, I am someone that I love Madrid, but this season there is so appalling. Besides the injury.
So
let's. I'm actually praying tomorrow. I'm hosting a session with my Madrid community.
The Lord be with you.
We're praying
at this point
if
in
you
time.
Don't pray, I can't even do the sports news.
Okay, I'll do it. I'm going to take over. I'll read it with so much joy and passion, you know. But I hope the man is done with the lists. He's going to be okay with the names that are going to represent the Black Stars. So we just have like a month or two for when are we getting the list
June
coming?
1st.
June 1st. Okay. So sir, I know you're watching. I know you're listening to us everywhere we are. And
who are we directing this message?
I know you've actually you know, maneuver your way around to fit in the two guys in the conversation. So all the best. But I just hope that the right people are given the chance to represent the Black Stars as it stands now. Yeah.
I'm not going to comment on anything. I would want to wait for June 1st when we have the final squad for my head coach, Otu Ado. But yes, this is what is making the buzz in the world of sports, both local and international. Yes, it is match day for this season UEFA Champions League. Let's go for a quick turn and take some messages from Savannah. When we come back, I serve you the latest in the world of sports.